Namaste, my dear friends. Now referring to you, furthermore, input tax credit, its availment are not allowed to avail restricted or blocked credit like that. Now we're going to discuss with regard to input tax credit. When you refer section 17 subsection 4 of the CGST, in the given case, a banking company, a non-banking financial company has the option to go with proportionate reversal by following rule number 42 or 43 or both. Or otherwise, on the other hand, option 2, a banking company, insurance company, banking company or non-banking financial corporations, non-banking financial companies, you are well allowed to go option 2 where common credit on input services, common credit on capital goods, you are allowed to avail 50% of that credit, the balance 50% will lapse. But this option is allowed to you once you exercise all over India, all the branches of yours being a distinct persons, you should have to have same option. However, if there is interdepartmental transfers, that input tax credit allowed 100%, meaning thereby State Bank of India, Bangalore branch sending or passing the credit to State Bank of India, Chennai branch, they are in the option 2 to avail 50% flat rate of credit. In that case, the interdepartmental transfer of the common credit already at 50% only. That credit is transferred to the distinct person, then the recipient can avail that credit 100%. Do not apply again 50% on that, it becomes 25%. Therefore, how to understand this? Example I am bringing to notice section 17 subsection 4, where I am bringing to notice one simplified example. That example gives you clarity in the given case. I am bringing here for your kind consideration one example on the screen. If you refer, you understand this. OK Bank has availed credit of 25 lakhs in the month of December. Total credit out of which 5 lakh pertains to non-business purpose and 7 lakhs pertains to credit availed under second proviso of section 17 subsection 4 of the CGST. Find the total output tax credit eligible to OK Bank. OK Bank opted to avail ITC an amount equal to 50% of eligible credit. In that case, my dear friends, I am simplifying it by bringing to a notice. Look here, the total credit how much? 25 lakhs. So I will write here for kind consideration, the amount here is total credit is 25 lakhs. Out of which credit not at all allowed because non-business purpose, that you eliminate, which is not allowed as an input tax credit. Balance 20 lakhs. Out of 20 lakhs, balance out of 20 lakhs, there is 7 lakhs is received from other branch. That means that also be deduct, but ITC fully allowed on 7 lakhs. Balance 13 lakhs. This 13 lakhs is a common credit which allowed 50%, which is 6 lakhs 50,000 plus interdepartmental transfer allowed fully, that is 7 lakhs, equal to, you get here 13 lakhs 50,000 ITC allowed, that is I mentioned here in a simplified manner. So a banking company NBFC has the option to go with 50% to claim ITC on common input goods, input services and common credit on capital goods. Balance 50% will lapse. Further, my dear friends, now I am bringing to a notice a concept of, blocked credit. How to understand the blocked credit here? If you refer here, section 17, subsection 5 refers blocked credit, meaning thereby, hey, Mr. Taxpayer, you may be used the goods or services in the course or furtherance of your taxable output supply. In spite of that, ITC not allowed to you. Why, sir? Blocked credit, man. GST Council said, no, we won't give the credit. Accordingly notified by the government. What do you mean by blocked credit? Refer section 17, subsection 5, class A to class I. There are almost all 9 classes in between, so many subclasses. Newly inserted here, class FA in section 17, subsection 5, class B, subclass FA is a new amended provision it is. So anyhow, we discuss all these points by taking into account in a simplified manner. Now I am presenting, my dear friends, elaboratively the term blocked credit, which is very important not only from the examination point of view, but also from the practice point of view. So here, input tax credit, blocked credit, referring one by one. First and foremost, when you say capital goods, what goods are capital goods under GST means? Refer section 2, subsection 19 of CGST, which talks about the value of the goods, the value of which is capitalized in the books of accounts by the person using the input tax credit and use that particular asset in the course or furtherance of business. That means the value which is capitalized in the books is called as capital goods. So simple to say, one example I will bring to notice. Sir, I purchased a machinery, I installed machinery. Cost of the machinery is 18 lakhs. Installation of the machinery cost 2 lakhs. So totally 20 lakhs. 18 lakhs cost of the machine, 2 lakhs installation of the machine. Now what is the value of my capital goods? Is 18 lakhs or 2 lakhs or none of the above? Tell me, my dear friends. Capital goods value how much? Quickly. Anything பண்றீங்க? You want to think or what? Hey, mister, you are aware of that, no, my dear friend? The Ind AS also says the asset when you purchase, installation cost up to the point of put to use, the expenditure is to be capitalized. Yes or no? Then in that case, what's the value? You have to speak out, my dear. Don't get afraid, Amma. What 20 is lakhs. 20 lakhs. Correct. See, if you're not able to speak, what happened in the virtual mode of class, especially the online class, I will get doubt whether the connectivity is there between me and my below students or not. So my attention will dilute. Say correctly, try to say. If you say incorrectly, no problem. You are my best friend. I will take into my account. I will explain to you elaboratively to put into the right direction. Yes. Just to come and attend my class, enough. I will take care of the rest of the things. He is never going to scold. Scolding means not there. Because tomorrow, once you qualified, you come and sit next to me. Sir, hi sir, how are you? I also obtained the membership, sir. I got the COP, sir. So we are the professional friends. So in that manner, I will look to my below students. I never going to say my dear students. Always I will say my dear friends. So take into account. Take like that only. Your best friend, how you feel comfortable to speak with him. Speak with like that only with me also. I want friendship with you people. Now, you rightly said 20 lakhs. The value of machine, including cost of installation. Now coming to other end. Sir, I purchased. My name is here. Sir, here, look here. Sir, my name is here. X Limited. I am X Limited. Registered person, sir. Under GST. I purchased, sir, car. Not only one car, few cars I purchase. Almost all 5 vehicles I purchase. These vehicles for me, capital goods are not, because I am going to use the vehicle in the course or furtherance of my business. Yes. Tell me, capital goods or not? Quickly, fast. Yes or no? I am not buying and selling of the vehicles. If I am buying the selling of the vehicles, then it is stock in trade for me, which is not capital goods. X Limited, a registered person being a manufacturer of laptops, for example, who purchase the capital goods, namely vehicles, none other than capital goods. Seating capacity of it not exceeding 13, meaning thereby the seating capacity in the RC book, you are aware of that, registration certificate of the vehicles very clearly mentioned seating capacity less than or equal to 13. In that case, including driver, in that case, the value of these goods purchased by me, 5 vehicles, value of total number of 5 vehicles cars is 50 lakhs. If there is a case on 50 lakhs, I too paid IGST, namely 28%, 14 lakhs. The invoice price 64 lakhs. I have received the goods, I received the invoice also. But I am going to use these goods in the course of furtherance of my business of providing taxable output supply. What of taxable output supply? My taxable supply is a manufacturing of laptops. I'm a manufacturer of furniture. I'm a manufacturer of color TVs. I purchase these vehicles using for my business purpose, to pick up and drop my employees, or to use for my what we can call prospective buyers, or I can use this particular vehicles for my vendors, for my business purpose I'm using, but I'm not dealing with the motor vehicles to buy and sell. I'm not transportation of passenger services. I am not using this vehicle to provide driving skills. I'm not doing so. I'm a manufacturer of laptops, for example. In that case, can I avail the input tax credit? The law of the land here says that, hey, Mr. X Limited, under section 17, subsection 5, class A, very clearly said, look here if you have any doubt, look here if you have any doubt, in the given case is very clearly said, motor vehicles for transportation of passengers having approved seating capacity of not more than 13 persons, including driver, except when they are used for making the following taxable supplies, namely further supply of such vehicles or transportation of passengers, imparting training and driving skill. In that case, except in the 3 cases, except in the given 3 cases, here 3 cases are there, no, further supply of such vehicles, transportation of passengers, or imparting training and driving such motor vehicles, except the 3 cases. In all other cases, motor vehicle meant for transportation of passengers, seating capacity does not exceed 13, including driver, is blocked credit. Resultantly, in the given case, my dear sir, 14 lakhs of rupees IGST paid on procurement of these goods, not allowed. ITC not allowed to X Limited. Because seating capacity important to note. It should be passenger vehicle. Seating capacity not exceeded 13, including driver. Such vehicles, ITC not allowed. Even if I say motor vehicle, 2-wheelers, look here, 2-wheelers, seating capacity 2, 1 rider, 1 pavilion. So 2 seating capacity. In the RC book of the bike also very clearly mentioned seating capacity 2. In that case, less than or equal to 30, resultantly ITC not allowed. Even though these goods are used in my business for taxable output supplies, but I am not belongs to further supplying these vehicles, not further supplying using this vehicle any other supply, not I am supplying providing transport of passengers, or I am not providing imparting training motor driving skills, namely driving skills, driving schools services. I am not providing. If so, for me, these goods ITC is not out. Then who am I? I am a practicing chartered accountant. I am a practicing cost accountant, or I am X Limited being a registered person, other than the providing the further supply of this or transport of passengers other than the motor driving skills. In that case, X Limited, I said, is a manufacturer of, one example, laptops, manufacturer of fridges, manufacturer of, let us say, for example, a particular color televisions, or other. X Limited maybe belongs to the industry where providing interior decorating services. So what? ITC not allowed on these goods. Further referring here, X Limited, instead of buying these vehicles, seating capacity not exceeding 13, instead of buying this, taken on hire basis. Hiring of cars for office use can avail the input tax credit. That means input services. The law says, since these vehicles, hiring, leasing, renting of motor vehicles carrying seating capacity less than or equal to 13, including driver, even though used for the business purpose to provide taxable output supply, in that case, prima facie, that amount of IGST paid on input services of hiring of cars, which is not eligible for availing input tax credit as a capital goods. In that case, such a vehicles, such a asset, instead of taking on own basis, taken on rental basis, ITC not allowed on such inward supply of hiring GST. Namely, 9 lakhs also be not qualified for ITC. So you cannot take ITC if you purchase these goods. In that case, that goods, instead of purchasing, taken on hire basis, that input service ITC is not allowed. There is an exception. If it is an obligatory for an employer to provide the same to its employees, which one? Hiring, leasing, renting of motor vehicle, and providing that motor vehicle to their employees by the employer is an obligatory under the statutory provisions of the statute. In that case, the employer providing these vehicles to their employees to pick up and drop services. As a result, the input services of hiring of cars on which GST ITC is allowed. Got the clarity? At the same time, X Limited should ensure that there is an obligation under the law. For example, our Tamil Nadu state government said all BPO companies functioning during the night time mandatorily should provide pick up and drop cab services to their employees. On account of failure to carry out this activity, per day basis, 1,000 rupees fine will be imposed, set by the Tamil Nadu government. Then what happened? For an employer, I am the Wipro Limited. I am the Wipro Limited. Being employer, I supposed to provide to my employees who are working during the night shift in my company cab. Otherwise, I have to pay the fine. So it's an obligation on me. Accordingly, I approached Sharma Travels for the want of these vehicles on hire basis, lease basis, rent basis. They are given to me with the GST. That GST can avail ITC? Yes, allowed to avail the ITC. Is it clear, my dear sir? Yes, quickly respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, when you purchase this, my dear, when you purchase this, ITC is not allowed. Instead of purchasing, if you take on hiring basis, leasing basis, also be input services not qualify for ITC unless it is an obligatory such service to be provided by the employer to the employee, then it is going to be considered as qualify for input tax credit. Now I have a doubt. Answer my doubt. You have to answer. The moment I completed by explaining the provision, I mean to say example, you have to answer. No other option. So, presenting now. Info Limited providing cap to their employees on obligation, on account of an obligation from the government. If so, hiring of cap to provide to their employees ITC allowed or not allowed? Quickly.
ITC allowed, sir.
Allowed. Excellent. Hats off the answer. Fine. Completed. Second point. Sir, Info Limited also providing cap to their statutory auditors, on account of hiring of vehicle by paying the GST. This input test kit allowed, not allowed? Quickly. Huh? Not excellent. Hats off the answer, because statutory auditor cannot be an employee of the company, as I'm aware of that. Therefore, if I say internal auditor, you may argue with me, sir, sometimes internal auditors also the company employees, sir. So to avoid that confusion, straight away I put in front of you, under an obligation of statute, Info Limited providing cap services to the employees. Same caps also providing to statutory employees. If so, for statutory employees, if the cap provided, which is they are not employee, resultantly the input services of hiring, releasing, renting of such caps, ITC is not allowed to the recipient, namely to Info Limited. Excellent. Rightly said. Further moving on to X Limited, registered person. Cars are purchased for what purpose? For further supply. Here the word supply is there, no, my dear friends. Here the word supply, very, very powerful point, my dears. Supply, when you say, is a very, very powerful point. Supply, the word. What do you mean by supply? When you say supply, refer section 17, refer section 7, section 7, not 17. So, as per section 7, subsection 1, clause A, supply includes all form of supply of goods or services, or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease, rental, or disposal for consideration in the course or furtherance of business, is called as supply. That means this supply has such elaborative meaning. If so, sir, I purchased the vehicle. What vehicle I purchased? This type of vehicles where the seating capacity not exceeding 13, including passenger and including driver. In that case, these vehicles I have purchased. What for? For further sale. So sale. Sir, I am giving these vehicles on hire basis to somebody else. I am providing hiring services. So it is a leasing, hiring, therefore supply. So I purchased this vehicle and giving on rental basis, sir, supply. I have purchased this vehicle I am going to be sell it, sir. So this and all further supply. If so, ITC well allowed. Example, in the given case, I purchased these vehicles for 50 lakhs, paid the IGST 28%, 14 lakhs. In that case, 14 lakhs ITC allowed for me if I use for further supply. What do you mean this further supply? Sir, I am buying these goods. My name is Sundar Private Limited. I am purchasing these goods for the purpose of selling it. I purchase the goods for the purpose of selling it. So buying and selling is stock in trade. So well qualified for ITC. Though the vehicles seating capacity not exceeding 13, including driver. Second case. Sir, my name is Sitaram and Company, running a particular transport business. I have purchased this vehicle, given this vehicle after purchase on hire basis, on lease basis, on renting basis to Info Limited. To Info Limited, I am giving on rental basis. On the rent, I am going to pay the GST. So what is important here is further supply of what? Taxable nature. Further supply of taxable nature. See, I am giving on hire basis. I am giving on rent these vehicles on renting basis where the cost of sale is included. So I am going to pay on rental charges 12% GST. If I am going to pay GST under forward charge 12%, for example, am I eligible to claim ITC? Yes. I should be further supply of taxable supply. Sir, I purchased these vehicles and selling it, sir. So I am going to pay the GST, further supply of taxable supply. Therefore, it is allowed, sir. Coming to transportation of passengers. My dear friends, as you are aware of that, transportation of passenger services are considered. If my further supply is exempted supply, this is not allowed. Sir, any exemption is there? Well available. Transportation of passengers in a contract carriage or a stage carriage, non-air conditioned one, absolutely exempted if it is not going to be provided by me through e-commerce operator. My name is Parvin Travels. I have the vehicles, this type of vehicles, I am providing transportation of passengers. Capacity not exceeding 13. If so, this is all AC. In that case, am I liable to pay GST? Yes. What rate of GST you going to pay? 5% if you pay, no input tax credit, except similar line of business. Or you pay 12% of GST, avail the ITC. So Parvin Travel is paying 12% of GST on these vehicles using for transportation of passengers. So in that case, ITC allowed of these goods purchase? Yes. How much value of ITC? 14 lakhs. ITC is allowed to Parvin Travels because Parvin Travels using these vehicles, seating capacity not exceeding 13, including driver, giving on using it to transport the passengers. Absolute taxable, no exemption. If no exemption, what rate of GST is going to pay? 12% GST, ITC allowed. If they pay 5%, option is there, then they are not eligible to claim input tax credit except similar line of business. Further, I am buying this vehicle, what for? Sir, my name is Maruti Driving School. I purchased this vehicle for imparting training on driving such motor vehicle. So I am giving the training to the employees. I mean to say to the customers, not employees, to the customers. So Maruti Driving School is providing how to ride the vehicles, including two-wheelers or four-wheelers, as the case may be. Such a training purpose only I purchase these vehicles for further supply, which is taxable at the rate of 18%. So I can avail the input tax credit. Yes, the 14 lakh rupees GST paid on 5 vehicles, ITC well allowed. ITC allowed to Explained. If the Explained is using these for these purposes, further supply or transport of passengers, we are going to pay the GST at the rate of 12% or imparting training and driving such motor vehicles. Further, I am bringing to notice. This two-wheelers purchase what for? Two-wheelers purchase for further supply, for the selling. Sir, my name is Royal Enfield. My name is Venkateswara Royal Enfield. I am a distributor. I am a dealer of Royal Enfield. Means bullets, classic 350. Like that motor vehicles I am buying from manufacturer and selling. Am I eligible to claim ITC? Yes, because these vehicles are none other than for me stock in trade, not capital goods. ITC well allowed. Further, my dear friends, X Limited registered person, take as example, they purchase forklift, forklift for factory use. For what purpose? Factory use. This is using within the factory premises. Only seating capacity, only one. Seating capacity, 1, which is less than or equal to 13 persons. X Limited is eligible to avail the ITC or not? You tell me. Hey, Mr. Professional Students, tell me, are you eligible to avail the ITC?
Yes, sir.
Yes, excellent. My hats off to you. Why, sir? Why? How it is allowed to? Because passengers seating capacity only one, na? How can you avail? Answer correct. You are right. Tell me how it is allowed. One clue is there. Concept. ITC is not allowed because IT is allowed. IT is allowed. You are right. Why it is allowed means this vehicle is not required to register under the Motor Vehicle Act. Capital, the motor vehicle means what? Motor vehicle is required to be registered under the Motor Vehicle Act. This has no nameplate because using within the factory premises is like a machinery which is having four wheels to move one place to other place, like a forklift lifting the goods from one place and stuffing to another place. Therefore, you rightly said to me by saying that in the given case, input tax credit well allowed, this vehicle is not required to be registered in the Motor Vehicle Act. Therefore, it is not a motor vehicle. As long as not a motor vehicle, so long ITC well allowed. Yes, 14 lakh rupees of GST paid on 50 lakhs of this vehicle, ITC well allowed. Furthermore, referring here from, sir, look here. X Limited, registered person under GST, procured this particular vehicle, seating capacity almost 60. Seating capacity more than 13. Bus purchase for what purpose? Employees pick up and drop. For employees pick up and drop, using in the course of furtherance of business, this particular motor vehicle has been purchased. This motor vehicle has been purchased for using employees pick up and drop in the course of furtherance of their business only, which is more than 13 persons seating capacity. 60, 60, 60.